You don't get 13 anomalies by accident. You don't thread a trajectory through the solar system with billion to one precision by cosmic chance. And you definitely don't exhibit the behavior you're about to see if you're a frozen rock from interstellar space. This is the Atlas Files. We're building a case, and every episode adds evidence that the official story is either catastrophically wrong or deliberately misleading. Let's see if natural explanations survive what's coming. By the end of the series, you'll understand why this changes everything. Subscribe to follow the complete series. This episode focuses on the 4 jet mysteries. Each one breaks what we understand about how outgassing from rotating bodies should behave. Atlas rotates every 16 hours. We measured that through periodic brightness variations. At thermal sublimation speeds of 400 meters per second, gas takes roughly a month to travel 1 million kilometers. The jets we observe stretch over 1 million kilometers, representing material ejected over weeks, while Atlas completed dozens of full rotations. If jets come from fixed spots on a rotating surface, they should show gaps, spirals, and periodic structures on length scales of tens of thousands of kilometers, like a rotating garden sprinkler creating curved patterns as it spins. But the jets are straight, razor straight across 1 million kilometers. No gaps, no spirals, no periodic wiggling. The rotation should smear them, but doesn't. The X pattern observed in November images shows 4 distinct structures: the main tail pointing away from the sun, the anti-tail toward the sun, and 2 new jets shooting perpendicular to both, forming a cross visible across 1.6 million kilometers of space. Natural outgassing follows one line of symmetry: the sun-object axis. Heat from the sun causes sublimation. That gas gets pushed by radiation pressure. Both processes favor the sunward direction. These perpendicular jets point in directions where there's no thermal reason for gas to eject and no radiation pressure pushing material. They maintain orientation despite Atlas spinning every 16 hours. Multiple independent observers captured this X structure consistently, confirming it's not an imaging artifact. Here's the 3rd jet mystery. The surface area requirements are impossible. To produce the observed mass loss naturally, through sublimation requires exposing far more surface area than Atlas's measured size can provide. The jets carry billions of tons of material per month. Sublimating that much ice demands active surface area exceeding what a 5-kilometer object possesses, even accounting for high activity levels. The 4th enigma is the 16-hour heartbeat. Scientists initially attributed the periodic brightness variations to nucleus rotation, but Hubble proved the nucleus contributes less than 1% of the total light. The coma dominates brightness. If the solid surface only produces 1% of light, rotation can't cause tens of percent. Brightness variation. The jets themselves are pulsing every 16 hours, not the body rotating. For natural comets, this requires a large ice pocket on one side that faces the sun periodically, sublimating when illuminated and going dormant when rotated into shadow. But that means the heartbeat must point toward the sun every cycle. Technological thrusters can fire in any direction on schedule, independent of solar heating. The definitive test is time-lapse imaging tracking jet orientation relative to the sun over multiple rotation cycles. If the brightness pulse always points sunward, it's natural. If it points in arbitrary fixed directions, it's propulsion. That observation hasn't been published despite being the obvious test to perform. Why it matters? Straight jets over 1 million kilometers despite rotation. Perpendicular outflows with no thermal driver, impossible surface area demands, and a heartbeat that might not follow the sun. This behavior doesn't match natural sublimation patterns. Comment below. Which jet mystery is hardest to explain? The straight collimation, the X pattern, the surface area problem, or the 16-hour pulse? Next up in the Atlas Files, the acceleration mystery, thrust without mass loss, survival without fragmentation, and NASA's suspicious model revision. Watch the playlist, Atlas Anomalies.